Yo, what up, family? It's your dog, the Ultra Melanite, coming to you live from Charleston, South Carolina, aka the Holy City. And today, we're gonna do a quick little video showing y'all how to simply debunk the globe Earth. I know there's a lot of questions that globe earthers like to throw up when they talking to flat earthers, so I hope to address all of those questions within these videos, these short videos. If I don't address one of those questions, please leave the question in the comments and I'll make sure and handle that for you. Alright? First way to debunk the globe earth efficiently and simply is gravity. As y'all know, if you've been watching my page, I deal with grammar. Alright? I ain't a scientist, I deal with grammar. So simply put, globe earthers don't know the definition of gravity, and if they do know it, they can't explain it or don't understand it. So the very first thing to understand is that gravity is not a force. If someone says that it is, they are wrong, and they are using Newtonian gravity. Gravity was debunked by Albert Einstein in 1915 when he redefined gravity not as a force, but as the curvature of space-time as a consequence due to mass. Here's the definition on the screen, homies. It says gravity is not a force. If you don't understand what space-time is, also, you don't understand gravity. I know a lot of globe earthers tend to think that space-time is some form of space, but it is not. Space is three-dimensional, which our total world and universe is three-dimensional. Adding time to it makes it four-dimensional. Adding time to space makes space-time. You understand me? The definition of time is best described as the intervals between events. Here's the definition of time on the screen for you. All right? So gravity has nothing to do with objects falling when you drop them. Listen at Albert Einstein. All right? So here's the big question. Why do objects fall when you drop them? Simply put, because of mass, density, and volume. Simple, all right? If something is more dense than the medium that it is in, it will fall. If something is less dense than the medium it is in, then it will rise, all right? Very simple. For example, a 1-gram paperclip, if you drop it, it'll fall because it is more dense than the air. A 5-gram helium balloon will rise because it is less dense than the air. You understand me? Has nothing to do with a force of attraction. It has something to do with whether you are more dense or less dense than the medium you are in. You understand me? So teach your kids that gravity is not a force. My science teacher taught us this, and I would hope that the teachers at school is teaching y'all that gravity is not a force. All right? Here's a specific gravity definition, which tells the definition of specific gravity. Read it. Specific gravity only deals with the relationship between densities between an object and the medium that it is in. Has nothing to do with the Newtonian equation. So, there is no globe earth gravity. That's the first way to debunk the globe earth. At least not as a force, all right? And here's proof again. Here's the definition, all right? Your high school should have taught you this. Yes, Newtonian gravity can be used in most math applications, but it is not needed and is obsolete. It is definitely not a force. There is no quantum for gravity. This equation you see on the screen right now, and I'm showing you the equation for Newtonian gravity, all right, is totally obsolete. If you weigh 1 gram on Earth, then you weigh 1 gram on the moon. That's simple physics, all right? You don't need to confuse yourself with this complex crap, adding numbers to equations that don't need to be there. What Newtonian gravity describes mathematically is an inverse square law, which describes a property of electromagnetism as described by Coulomb, as you can see here on the screen. All right? Last thing on gravity right quick. If you look here, here's a visual representation of Einsteinian gravity of the Earth curving space-time, which to me is pretty accurate. I know flat earthers, at first glance, they look at this and they don't think that it's accurate. They tend not to follow Einstein. But this depiction of the curvature of space-time to me is pretty accurate. If you look at the white lines, they represent a rectilinear flat space-time. Flat. So space-time itself is flat and is only curved when there's a mass big enough to curve it. All right. And what do we mean by curving space-time? It means that time travels different depending on the mass that is in. You understand me? I said this model is accurate because if you look again, the Earth is sitting on the flat fabric of space-time and nothing would be at the bottom. There would be no South Pole. Just look. The model is the same as the flat Earth model, except the roundness that you see is actually the dome, because there has to be a dome or firmament around the planet Earth. Here's the models side by side, the flat earth model and the biblical, historical, mythological model side by side. They both show a fixed earth. In order for that satellite that you see in the image to go to the South Pole, it would have to break through the fabric of space-time. And we know it can't do that, not unless it can travel faster than the speed of light, which we know it can't do that. Any more questions on gravity? Leave it in the comments for me. I think I made this pretty simple enough. Here's some proof of Einstein's theories that people actually tried after he died, for all of y'all who think that Einstein was a psycho. He even had experiments showing time dilation, which is the main thing, the main effect of the curvature of space-time. It has nothing to do with two bodies attracting each other. If someone tells you that, they are totally wrong. You know, just remember, when you read these Einsteinian theories, understand that the term gravity used here is not a force, but the curve of a flat space-time, not a force. There is no working experiments that can prove Newtonian gravity. Newtonian gravity is obsolete. The Cavendish experiment is not true because the objects that he used would not be big enough to curve space-time. And that experiment that the scientists, the professors at school use when they throw the ball on the trampoline cannot be used, because Einstein did not say that the curvature of space-time caused other objects in space-time to fall into that. It was simply a depiction of time dilation. It depicts how time operates depending on your position. Einstein actually makes an argument for the flat earthers. If I'm wrong on any of this, leave it in the comments. I dare you to try to debunk anything I say. If this wasn't enough to prove to you that the earth is flat, then go to part 2 of the video. Part 2 is going to be based on the historical evidence, the biblical evidence. All right. Peace out. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. No derogatory comments. Let's keep this intellectual. Thank you.